Right, here is your maths for today, for Sunday. So our learning target is we are adding decimals with the same number of decimal places. This is a really nice step up from what we were doing last week. Using that addition, we'll be using the subtraction later on in this week, and being confident with our decimal numbers. Okay, so this first one is, we've done one of these before a few weeks ago, and we'll use some more of these tomorrow when we're subtracting. So each pair of blocks here, if you add them together, you put the answer in the box above, okay? So have a go at doing this one, mixture of addition and subtraction like you were doing last Wednesday. So those two there will add to this one, and you can go up and build to the top of the tower. Remember, it's really useful here that 0.10 can also become 0.100. Those zeros are space holders after that one digit. So if it helps you to lay out your work and to set out your calculations, then you can add zeros in as space holders. Okay, this is the rest of your work for today. So lots of practice. What will be really important will be to be making sure you are setting out your work neatly, remembering to carry where necessary and remembering to add that one on. Okay, this third question here is leading us on to a bit of subtraction, which is our learning target tomorrow. So that's linking with tomorrow's learning. Right, let's have a quick look here. It might be, I know that you've been using these in the last few weeks, so using counters, using a place value chart may be a really good way of doing this. You could use counters, or you could just put in, draw little circles for this. So if you're finding this tricky, have a go at doing a pictorial version. Okay, so using that place value chart will be a really good strategy. Right, let's have a go at this one. I've got it on my whiteboard here. So remembering that we are starting with the digits on the furthest digits on the right, which for this one are our hundredths. So I've got 5 hundredths and 8 hundredths, which is 13 hundredths. Okay, now I'm going to carry that because I've got 10 hundredths, which can be exchanged for 1/10. Okay, so I need to have my 3 of my 13 hundredths there. Okay. Then I'm in my tenths column, so I've got 4 and 7, and this one here. So I would then have 12 tenths. Now that 10 tenths I can exchange for 1/1. So I'm going to carry it over to there, and I've got my 2 tenths there. Don't forget, I should have done this at the beginning, decimal point must always go in the right place, so make sure it's directly below the decimal points in your question. Then I've got my ones column, so 4 and 3 is 7, and 1 is 8. Okay, you can either carry your digits below or you can carry them above. It doesn't matter where. Just make sure you're doing it and that you are remembering to add them in. If it helps to cross them out when you've added them, then do that too. Lots of you, we've seen your not just your answers on your answer booklet, but we've seen your calculations which look like this. And if you do that and you upload a photograph of your calculations, it really helps us to see that you understand the process, that you understand how to use column addition. So we would like to see that this week, your column addition workings out uploaded into your answers as well. Okay, let's have a go with one more. So our next one is 14.99 add 12.37. So again, here I've got it here. Let's start with putting a decimal point in first, so I know I've got it in the right place. Right, our hundredths are the digits on the furthest on the right, so I'm starting there. So 9 hundredths and 7 hundredths is 16 hundredths. So I'm going to put my 10 hundredths, that's going to carry to the tenths column. So then the tenths column, 9 tenths and 3 tenths and 1/10 is 13 tenths. 13 tenths is also 1/1 and 3 tenths. Then my ones column, 4 and 2 is 6 and 1 is 7. And then my tens column. Okay, now we talked about this in class as well, thinking about doing the inverse to check. Okay, so some of you have done this in class, and if you have time, if you get through this quickly, doing the inverse would be a good idea. So we'd have our 27 0.36, that was our answer, and then taking away one of those numbers that we're adding, and it should leave you with your other answer. So having a go with the inverse will be a really nice bit of progression for some of you, or a way of checking if you're not sure if your answer is correct. Okay, right, so there we've got today's. Make sure you're laying them out really neatly. Make sure you're putting the right digits in the right column. Make sure you've got your decimal point in the right place. Make sure you're remembering if you have carried to add that digit on, or those digits on, okay? Again, show your working as well. Upload us your answers, but your work looking like this to show your calculations is really, really great as well, okay? So good luck with that for today.